Hello and welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. On today's show, we'll meet Shawn Mack from Humble Roots Mobile, a plant-based food business that's changing the way we experience food on the go. From their kitchen to your table, Shawn and his team are cooking up delicious dishes with heart and creativity. But first, we'll speak with TH Irwin, the CEO of TH Experiences. TH is a creator of transformational events, and today she'll share how her experiences are empowering women, connecting them on a deeper level, and opening up opportunities for growth and inspiration. We'll also dive into her signature Women for Women event coming up at the end of the month. TH, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
It's so special that you were here today for so many reasons, but this is the first time we're doing Your New Jersey in person. We're in season 4, so that's very exciting.
That's awesome.
And you and I connected when I was going through a big transformation.
Yes.
I was pregnant with my daughter, Liana. It was the end of 2020. We all know what 2020 was.
Yes.
You were going through a lot as well. We'll get to that. So to be here with you today, where we are now in life, is just so awesome.
It's full circle. We've arrived, right?
We have. Oh, but where to begin with you, because you have had such a career here in the state of New Jersey, just giving people so much to look forward to. Where are you now in your latest chapter?
So in 2024, I decided to give myself permission to pivot. And it's a scary thing to choose a pivot, to choose a new path on your own. You know, we have a lot of pivots forced on us through, illness and money and kids and family, but to really choose your pivot is so empowering. And so I had a business that I had started with my best friend that we had been doing for 4 years, and that was very fulfilling, but it didn't bring a lot of money. And I am all about joy and money. That's what we need. I need money to live and I need joy to live, right? So I was like, God, I think I really want to get back to these events that I used to produce because they are so impactful and I want to refresh them with new intention. So that's exactly what I did. I gave myself permission to pivot, and it didn't hurt that Hoda decided to leave the Today Show. I'm like, if Hoda can do it, I can certainly do it. So I have now taken the perspective of focusing on events that are next level. So they are an experience. You walk away with an emotional connection. That's where I am, is really focused on creating intentional experiences for people.
So what do you have coming up for the state in 2025?
So we have 8 events this year, but the one coming up in the next 2 weeks on January 29th is called Permission to Pivot. The series is called Women for Women Today, because you can only start with where you are right now, right? We can't fix what we did yesterday. We just won't maybe do it again tomorrow. So Women for Women Today is going to focus on permission to pivot and how empowering that is to take that step. And the event has a gamified section to it where all you have to do is show up and you have to meet a woman who has no gray hair, a woman who loves bourbon, a woman who had a great trip. So I have set up the platform for you to meet other people and connect on who we are. And then I have served up a panel of mentors who are just women who wow me. So you can come, you're going to meet new connections, new friends. It's about empower, connect, inspire, and learn, and it's for every woman.
I love that your events have a whole different meaning now, deeper meaning, because coming out of COVID, the event space, it was slow to ramp up. Now it's like nothing ever happened, but we all need something more. And
Yes.
I guess you have felt that in mapping everything out.
We need to get out. It's so easy. I work from home. What sweat outfit am I wearing today? Am I even wearing the top that matches the bottoms? Probably not. I do shower, but the way that I dress sometimes doesn't look like I've showered.
See, there's a reason why my Zoom camera is never on.
That's right. And if it is, we're good from here out, right?
Maybe even not that, but
right.
Yeah.
So, but the feeling you get, like we're getting right now, being in studio, being in person, really connecting like this, it's magic.
Absolutely.
And all you have to do is show up for yourself. That's literally it. Dress for yourself. Show up for yourself. No one else is going to do it. No. So I have a place you can go when you're ready to show up.
So for the event on January 29th, you mentioned a powerhouse panel of women. Who does it feature?
So we have the founder of Modern Mom Probs, as in problems, abbreviated. Her name is Tara Clark. Phenomenal. She talks about all of the modern mom problems that nobody wants to talk about. She has a podcast, she's an author, and her social media is chock full of information and tips. And also, you're not alone. If you're like angry or frustrated, join the Modern Mom Probs group. She has had a few pivots in her life that I really want her to focus on for this event. The other one is Deb Belfato. She is a women's health advocate, as I know you know her well.
Yes, very well.
She is the founder of the Let's Talk Women's Health and Wellness event, which is at the end of March at NJPAC. And she, through her own struggle with cancer, has really taken the initiative to speak up and support women who can't do it for themselves, financially, emotionally, all of the things, right? The other mentor, and I speak to them and refer to them as mentors because it's a give and take. Women up on a stage usually speak at you. We are engaging at this event. You are asking questions. It is a full connection event. So my other mentor, her name is Mel LeBrock, Melissa. She has a program called Her Well Wisher. We are all subject to judging people, right? It's human nature. You walk in, you look around, who am I going to talk to? Where do I want to be? Her challenge to you is to wish her well first. Wish her well before judgment. And the truth is, that is a gift to yourself when you do that for others. My other mentor is Priscilla Loomis, a former Olympian who has had multiple pivots in her young life, but she really talks about you spend your whole life training to be an Olympic athlete. And then when the Olympics are over, it's like, who are you? What's your identity if you're not training for the Olympics and participating any longer? So these are the women that are going to be there. It's sponsored by Delta Dental of New Jersey and Porsche of Englewood. And I'm really proud to have our nonprofit partner, the YWCA Northern New Jersey there. They support women in every aspect of life. So you can't help but be next leveled after you leave this experience.
And I'm sure that's what you want your attendees to feel, right? This is such an instrument for the community to learn, come, and better themselves. And that's, I know, what you want.
It is what I want. And you have to want it for yourself too. You just might not be able to know exactly how to get there, which is fine, right? We have both researched and figured it out and tried to make new connections to figure out what the right path is. And this is another one of those learning experiences that will take you where you want to go.
Yeah. So after January, what else do you have coming up on the calendar?
So TH Experiences has a lineup of all different types of experiences. March 18th is Demystify Menopause, the hot and cold truths. I have so many friends who are struggling. So I said, well, I can build it. Right? So I built it, and the program is also going to be in Paramus, New Jersey. And then this summer, I am bringing back an event that I had done many, many years ago. Did it in 2024. It's called the Englewood Night Market. Shut down the main part of Englewood, New Jersey, and it's a huge block party in the middle of the summer. There is dancing in the streets all hours. So that's expanding, hopefully, to other towns. And then hopefully in 2026, stay tuned for a World Cup celebration.
Wow. Well, you have to start planning that from now. People, I don't think, realize what an event planner has to do.
Yes.
And all of the legwork that ramps up into these big events.
Yes.
It's a ton of work and attention to detail.
It is, and I have produced more than 4 dozen events. I have been doing this for the last 13, 14 years, and for some reason I really love the stress, but I embrace the stress, but I love the adrenaline, and I love the outcome to look around, and if I hadn't built this, these people wouldn't be having this amazing positive experience.
Absolutely.
So it's great.
Absolutely. Getting back to the menopause event, I mean, I am not there yet, but I've never heard the conversation being done more than it is now. I guess because of me being involved with Let's Talk.
Yes.
You're having an event. I follow Tamsin Fidel,
yes.
formerly of Pix 11, and
yes.
she's bringing the conversation to the mainstream. How did we get here though? How did this topic become so mainstream?
It takes women who are not afraid to talk about it, to make it less intimidating and, shameful. And I have learned so much about it. Fortunately, I have had an easy ride through it all. But you need to know even before you have symptoms. You need to know as far as your bone strength. You need to know what's coming so that you're prepared. And it's going to happen to every single woman. It's just going to happen in different ways. So I had certain things happen, like now I wear Invisalign, which I wasn't expecting to do. And I have other friends with hot flashes who can't sleep at night and brain fog. And listen, it's coming. So like with everything else in life, empower yourself with knowledge. I met a functional doctor who is partnering with me on Demystify Menopause. And as we were talking about it, I said a whole bunch of things. Well, I can't do hormone replacement. I personally am a breast cancer survivor. That is a myth. I don't have hot flashes and I don't have night sweats. So I'm not in menopause. That's a myth. So I have been telling myself a whole bunch of lies. I don't even know where I picked them up from. But I believe them for some reason, right? Because it's easier. But we are busting the myths. And once we bust that myth, you will be empowered by the knowledge of how to help yourself going forward. This is not my issue. This is my issue. How do I help myself be healthy and live a great life?
Are you hearing from a lot of women around the Garden State how happy that you were doing this event?
Yes. They're like, sign me up. I have friends in Westchester and Connecticut and South Jersey. They are all coming in for it. They want to know what the real information is so that they can, sleep better at night. And, not everything can be remedied, but at least you're not crazy.
Exactly. Well, I haven't dug deep yet into what the symptoms and everything are, but I'm sure I'll get every single one. Because I did in pregnancy, so I am sure I will get every single one.
Maybe you'll be surprised, but don't worry about it. We will arm you with the knowledge that you are not crazy. You don't have COVID because you have brain fog. Something's not weird because your teeth are moving. I mean, it is legitimately menopause, and it's okay. Yeah. It's okay, and you're going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess on a funner note, your community events where you're bringing everybody out for a great night, the towns must love you for that.
I hope they love me.
They should, because you're bringing such a spotlight that all of these amazing downtowns around the state, they need that.
I think that, COVID made us comfortable. Uncomfortable in many ways, obviously, as far as illness, but it made us comfortable in our pajamas, comfortable rolling out of bed, comfortable having dinners with our kids and making endless amounts of bread and 20,000 steps a day, all of those things. And people really want to be around people. Yeah. COVID was a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago. And we really need to pick ourselves up and get out. And there are platforms and opportunities and places for you to go to do that. So the towns love it because it's a showcase for them. We are in the top 4 for Best of Bergen for special town event. We are waiting to hear if, where we actually place at the end. But it's an 8,000 to 10,000 person event. And it was every year back when I did it in 2013, and it was again in 2024.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to attend.
I am excited to have you guys there.
You have my social calendar all filled, so I thank you for that.
Pleasure.
TH, where can our viewers find out more about you and your events?
So you can go to th-experienceswithans.com. You can also go to womenforwomentoday.com. You can go to demystifymenopausenj.com. It all leads back to me. And you can just email me at th@thexperiences.com with any questions. If you're a business or if you want to attend, there are businesses that participate at the Women for Women Today event. But when you come to the event, you have to put your superpower word on your name tag, not your name.
Oh.
So we are connecting based on who you are, not who you serve.
Okay.
And it's a hard thing.
Who are you? What are you going to put on yours?
I am a creator. Okay. I am a creator of intentional and impactful experiences.
That's beautiful. I have
What's
no
your
idea.
superpower word?
God.
See what
Jack of all trades? Is that a good one?
You own it, so there's no bad one. But
Juggler?
it will evolve. It will evolve once you start thinking about it, because we never stop and think about, who am I?
Yeah.
If I'm not a mom, a sister, a girlfriend, a business owner, who am I? Who are you?
Yeah.
If you're not all the things you do.
That's interesting. I'm going to sleep on that tonight, and
Yeah,
I'll get you a better answer.
Yeah, you're
than
going to have
that.
to let me
Yes. TH, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for coming in the studio.
I am thrilled to see you and thrilled to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now we're switching gears and talking about something that brings people together in a different way, food. I'm thrilled to welcome Shawn Mack from Humble Roots Mobile, a plant-based food business that's putting creativity, flavor, and heart into every dish they serve. Shawn, it is so amazing to have you here. I mentioned in the other segment, this is the first time we're doing Your New Jersey with live people in the studio. I'm so happy, but the fact that it's with you.
Oh my God. It really has come full circle.
Full circle. So before we dive into your venture now, we'll quickly tell the audience. I had my first studio in Fairfield, and you did the graffiti wall for that set for my first show. And we did a reality show and like the making of the studio. And it was just an amazing experience. It was definitely a time, early 2015, but
was.
You brightened up my days. And the fact that I'm seeing you today here, we've both evolved so much. It's, again, just so special.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful for this opportunity because just how much growth that I have produced be based off of all of the work and trial and error. And now I found something that is, I'm very passionate about. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Shawn, you are definitely one of the most creative people I have ever met.
Thank you.
Obviously through your art and your graffiti, which we will touch on, but this newest venture, and food is art, right?
Yes, 100%. You could be as creative as you want. Yeah.
Well, how did this all come to be?
I ended up struggling with type 2 diabetes when I was 31 years old and trying to come up with different methods of cooking was a struggle. It was hard. It was hard to find something instead of just eating chicken with, maybe pepper and like that's my meal because an insulin issue. It was hard. So I started looking into things. My wife, CJ, at the time, would always bring up to me, hey, we should watch this documentary. It's about, plant-based diet, vegan food and all that. And I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's do 2 weeks. I did cold turkey. I was like, let's get into it. Let's fully develop into it. When I went back after 2 weeks, my A1C was originally at a 6.7. It dropped to a 5.1 in just 2 weeks. 4 months into it, the doctor said, stop taking your prescription. He's like, you're no longer a diabetic. You reversed your diabetes. You were pre-diabetic. The more you continue down this path, you will no longer be a diabetic. And as I continued, it has transformed my entire life. So that health story for me allowed me this, like, it opened a whole new world. Like, it made me appreciate food in so many more ways. The food that is around us can be healthy, can be used as a healing mechanism. Our bodies should be able to regulate and heal themselves. And having the appropriate food that allows that possibility, the possibilities are endless.
I'm such a believer in all of that. And congratulations for you on your health journey and turning it into now this mobile food movement that you have going on here in the Garden State. So how did your health journey and looking into your own diet and experimenting in the kitchen lead you to this business?
I would have to say that ever since we got into the vegan world, the community has just always been accepting. Everyone that I've met, there is this vegan market in New Jersey, Neptune. It's called Vegan and NJ Market. They have all of these vendors from all over, whether they come from New York, whether they come from California. It's just like a melting pot of so many different flavors, so many different foods. Going there and going to other NJ Fests for vegan food allowed us opportunity to eat more and eat different. So having those new flavors and trying different foods just made me think, like, you really can do anything. And you can turn something, even like tofu, that is so basic, so simple, so bland, you could turn it into anything.
best chocolate chip cookies I've ever had. Vegan chocolate chip cookies made with tofu.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Yes.
100%.
And if you're open and you're willing to take the second to actually just say, you know what, let me give it a try. Instead of already knocking it off, because we live in a world that people are like, oh, it's vegan, I'm not even gonna,
You really think that though? I feel like veganism has become more mainstream.
True. It has changed. But there are a handful of people like, nah, it's vegan, not for me. And I say, hey, you know what, that's fine. Maybe next time, because it does take time. And just like for me and my experience, it was a mental state of mind that allowed me to really give into it. Because before I was saying, no, I can't do this, I can't do this. And when it came to a point that I needed the change and I was ready for the change, it allowed me, where I am today.
So what are you offering?
I am offering you now it's a staple on the menu. These are our vegan cannolis. I wanted to create the closest thing to the most authentic cannoli. So we created our cannoli, and it is made with vegan ricotta. We take soy milk and we turn it into cheese, and then we add non-dairy whipping cream, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of sugar.
All organic ingredients too?
Yes, all organic. Don't mess around with that stuff, because you should be able to eat something and not question where it's coming from.
We will definitely dive in.
Yeah.
What else is on the menu?
So right now, February is coming around, and we are going to be popping up over at the Vegan and NJ Market in Neptune. And we're going to be releasing our fried mac and cheese balls. Mac and cheese that we've created with pickled jalapenos, literally rolled in several different cheeses that we create. And we batter them, we fry them, and then we cut them open, we add a little bit of marinara, and then a little bit of parsley, and finish it with vegan parm. People are able to eat that because we created a fundraising event that was on that menu. And usually when we do these fundraising events, we like to bring some of those menu items that were exclusive to that event, and so other people can try them. So besides the fried mac and cheese balls, we're doing a copycat Olive Garden Zuppa Toscana soup that we're creating. Those flavors are very unique, and like a lot of the things that we grew up as a child, recreating those foods are really hard because every chef has their secret, every chef has a specific method that they use. But with the knowledge that I've obtained from talking to so many chefs and so many other people, trial and error, you're able to create something so unique that it is a very similarity or very close to that.
This is unbelievable. So, Shawn, for now, you're just pop-ups.
Yes, I do pop-ups. So I go all over New Jersey. I've been to Morristown at Greenpoint Juicery. I've been to Betty's Icebox in Asbury Park. I pop up a lot in Vegan and NJ pop-up market. So I go all over New Jersey, but those are the ones that you'll find me most at because that's like the largest community that shows up.
You are one of my favorites ever. Before we wrap, I want to learn more about your fundraising events because I know giving back to the community through your food is so important for you.
Yeah, 100%. The most recent one that we did a fundraiser for Peace Point. They are an all-vegan organization that goes out and tries to share experiences and share knowledge about all of the spaces and creating an actual space for sanctuaries, for animals, because at the end of the day, not many animals get the respect that they deserve. A lot of people look at animals and they're like, it's just a commodity. It's a way for them to say, oh, like seeing a pig, they're going to look at it and think, oh yeah, that could potentially be bacon. When we see a heart, a soul, personality. So having them create this space and doing a fundraiser and allowing people to be more included in their, mission statement is huge. Having that space for animals to feel safe and not, be only used for food is a huge opportunity. So they're actually trying to build a property that allows people to, if there's an animal rescue, they want to be animal rescue, they want to be a sanctuary, they want to be everything. So think of a large space like an Amazon facility, but that is fully dedicated for vegan food trucks, that is for hosting events, and at the end of it is all about the animals. It's awesome. It's amazing. Like, how can you not support something like that?
Of course. Of course. Before we wrap, I mentioned before, we came together in your previous life as a graffiti artist.
Yes.
And I want to touch on that because you really are such an inspiring artist.
Thank you. Thank you. I have that history behind me, and it formulated based off of the relationship with my brother. J Mack, he's an incredible artist. It was a way for us to bond. It was a way for us to connect in a different way, and it allowed us to spend more time with each other. Being able to create any type of design with any color, I mean, it was a great opportunity. It was a great way to meet artists, connect in that world. That process and that background allows me to still be that person.
Well, you are incredibly talented, and I'm
you.
so happy for this,
Thank
for
you.
you and this new venture. Can't wait to try one of those.
Yes.
Where can people find out more about Humble Roots?
They can check us out on Instagram. You'll be able to see everything, and you'll be able to try our food. And that's
That's
the
what
whole
I
point.
want to do.
Yeah.
More than anything. Shawn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This was so awesome.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
you,
you.
man. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. We'll see you back here next week. Shall we eat?
Let's do it.